All right, hi, it's Toby from Heavyweight MMA. Today with Martin Fraser, professional MMA fighter, just before his big fight on the Gold Coast on December 2nd. How you doing today, bro?
Yeah, good man. Thanks. How are you?
Yeah, good, man. Like I mentioned, you started off as a heavyweight. You're dropping down and down. And by my calculations, you're going to be fighting for the featherweight strap in 2025. Is that correct, bro?
Yeah, maybe I'll have to chop a leg off or something to get there, but maybe.
That's
Yeah.
it, bro. So what inspired you to drop down those weights, man? Like it must have been a bit of a struggle being used to fighting at a so heavier weight.
Yeah, to be honest, I was just a fat kid growing up, and yeah, I just started fighting. I liked my food too much. Didn't really have the education on how to lose it, and yeah, I don't know, after a couple of fights at light heavyweight as well. Like years and years ago, I had a couple of kickboxing fights at heavyweight, but I was about 120 kgs then. But yeah, after the last couple at light heavyweight, I kind of realized I was too small for the weight class, and just being a chubby guy at that weight class just isn't good enough. So I thought taking our next step of being a proper professional, I'll start. I got a nutritionist on board at the time and just learn the process of losing weight properly myself, and yeah, it was the best thing I ever did.
Man, like when I with running, I feel like when I drop a few kilos, like 3 or 4 kilos, it makes all the difference for cardio and that. Do you feel like
Yeah.
it makes a massive difference for your kind of agility and cardio, but maintaining the power or not?
Yeah, I think I maintain the power all the same. I think I'm definitely a little bit quicker. Obviously cardio is a bit of a plus. I've never really been unfit, even when I was heavier, but the agility and stuff is a massive difference. It helps my grappling and everything as well. Being lighter, I think I'm everywhere. It's a positive. It's not been a negative at all. Like eventually, I'll probably end up testing the waters at welterweight as well. But yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of feeling at the moment. I don't cut a lot to get to middleweight. So yeah, I think I'm just going to keep going with that at the moment.
Cool, man. It's good. You mentioned also just a second ago being a young fat kid, man. When you were young, you said you started up some striking, right? Because your old man was a striker.
Yeah.
What did he
Yeah.
do,
Yeah.
man?
Oh, I would say he's a striker. He did like a traditional style of martial arts, like kung fu kind of thing.
Yep.
And he yeah, I started off doing that from just a young fella, just like even just hitting pads or like learning how to kick and stuff. So I started off doing bits and pieces like that, and I had a kickboxing fight when I was younger. I actually had an MMA fight when I was 18, but I didn't do a shred of jiu-jitsu, no wrestling, no nothing, and I went in and had an MMA fight and I got guillotined in like 40 seconds or something. So it was yeah, it was a bit of a wake-up call for me. When I came out to Australia, I started doing jiu-jitsu and fell in love with it there.
Yeah, man. You said you went to Australia and to check out the Gold Coast for a year or so and kind of fell in love with the place, right? You still feel like that about Australia?
Yeah, I love it here, man. Yeah, it's just yeah, you can't beat it. It's a lovely place. I love where I'm from, but it's yeah, the lifestyle out here and everything is just phenomenal. Can't complain at all.
Well, you managed to somehow keep your thick accent, bro. It's not changing too fast.
Yeah, no, it'll be a hard one to get rid of, I think. I'm quite happy to keep it though.
What do you think of the Australian people, bro? Like, we like a bit of banter, but so do the English people, right? Or the Welsh people, I should say. So kind of similar in that way, right?
Yeah, very similar. Yeah, it's just yeah, it's very, very similar there. Yeah, there's not much difference there, to be honest.
You at the moment, you're at Ignite Gym, is that correct?
Ignite and Hellraiser. I do my striking with Ryan Doyle Hellraiser. Yeah.
Is there a lot of banter flying around that gym? I know a lot of the gyms do kind of have a bit of banter.
Yeah, especially with everyone, to be honest. With Ryan Dunstan gives the boys a lot of shit as well on sparring days and that, and yeah, Doyley's very much the same. It's good gym culture, both gyms, to be fair.
That's it, man. So on your big fight coming up, you're fighting on Eternal 72 December 2nd against Matt Myers for the middleweight belt, man. How's it shaping up, bro? You're in the thick of it now. Should be pretty pumping, right?
Yeah, awesome. I'm ready to fight next week. Well, it pretty much is next week anyway. It's like 2 weeks now, but yeah, it's been fucking really good. I kind of hit the ground running straight after that last fight. You know, my body was good. I had a little cut there across the top of my eye, but other than that, my body was fine. The Monday I was back to training, you know, and yeah, it's been full tilt ever since. Like, and it's, yeah, the prep's been the best so far. Like, I know everybody says that for every fight camp, but it fucking generally has been. It's been the best. Like, you know, I'm feeling fit, feeling strong. It's yeah, I'm buzzing for it.
Man, that cut you mentioned, that must have been from the elbows, right? Like, he was on his back, but he was throwing some nice strong elbows down.
Yeah, he caught me with one or two. I think it was like, yeah, I think it's two good elbows from the bottom. I'm not really sure which one caught it, but yeah, it's just that that little one there. I had a cut in the side of my head as well, like a real small one, but I'm not sure where that was from. But yeah, yeah.
In that fight, King Casey was saying that she was kind of expecting a stand-up affair, but you guys both turned into wrestlers suddenly and stayed on the ground nearly the whole fight, right? What happened there?
Yeah. Oh, to be honest, like, I wasn't meant to be back in the country until next year, but a couple of things happened where I ended up coming back a bit earlier. And while I was back in Wales, I was training back at Shaw MMA. I was meant to fight twice back there. But in the interim, I got injured twice. And for the last, probably before the Matt Myers fight, I was only back striking for 2 to 3 weeks from a 6 months layoff from any kickboxing, you know. I bust my hand like a couple of months beforehand, and so that was me out for a bit. So kind of got into the fight, and I felt a bit of success with the grappling, so I just stuck with it, you know. And to be honest, from not striking for so long, I didn't have it in the gas tank to push that style of fight. Just not having the cardio of the repetitions of doing it beforehand, you know. But
definitely a very grueling fight, man. Like, it looked pretty difficult as it was. I mean, you might not have had the cardio for standing, but you definitely had it for the ground fighting.
Yeah, it was it was tough. Yeah, it was it was a good fight. It was especially having the time off, like I said, and I had zero fight camp. You know, I found out about the fight 6 days before when I was eating chicken wings and fucking drinking piss, like, you know. So yeah, I wasn't prepped for it at all. But yeah, I was excited to get back in there, man. It was it was after such a long. The fight before was Kit Campbell, and that was 18 months before with two pullouts in between. I was just so excited to get back in there and fight. And Matt's a game opponent as well. Like, you know, he's there to fight. He's not someone that's just going for a points fight. He's there to fucking bring it to you. Like, so I was excited about it.
Yeah, man. And so that time, obviously, through the COVID period, was pretty shitty for everyone, right? Like, there was hardly any available fights, and heaps of fights fell through for different guys. During that time, what did you get up to, man? Like, did you just take it easy, or were you really pushing on to, you know, learn new skills and that?
Like, well, I'm trying to think now. When's that? The Kit Campbell fight that was after COVID. That was 2021. So after that, shortly after, I went back to the UK it was meant to be for a short stint. It was only meant to be for a couple of months, but a couple of things happened. I ended up getting stuck back there for longer. But then in the meantime, I started training with Shaw MMA back in Wales, and like, they just got such a good standard of boys there, you know, from everyone from the amateurs up to the pros. They're fucking phenomenal, good coaching, and just training with them boys. I think it refined the wrestling that I'd been working at with Ryan Dunstan. It just refined it to another level, being under the pump with really high level boys consistently, you know. Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to get a fight over there, but I think the progress I made just training with them boys and being over there for that time, even through the injuries, you know, managing to train around certain things, I think it brought me on loads as a fighter. As you can see, the difference in the Matt Myers fight from my other fights, like, you know.
Yeah, man. I mean, that fight kind of showed, because both of you got great stand-up skills, and you didn't use them at all, but you both had a nice grappling fight. So it kind of shows that, you know, you and also Matt can kind of take it wherever you want to. Like, you got that all-round MMA skills. And watching you guys fight, like, across your range of fights, I would suspect that, you know, you'd be able to be competitive with anyone in the world, to be honest. You know, you can both mix it up everywhere.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely. I think, like, yeah, definitely. I think I wouldn't look out of place on the big shows at all. Like, you know, I'm at that level. I think I have been for a while as well. I think the last year or so has really cemented that in. Yeah, I think that's really cemented in my mind, especially that I'm ready for the next level of competition. But obviously, yeah, we need to get through Matt Myers first as well, you know.
Yeah, man. And looking at your history, correct me if I'm wrong, it looks like you fought on like Hex, Eternal, XFC. Most of them are probably based in Australia, right? Are you interested in, you know, learning your craft and taking it overseas and fighting? Because it must be of interest to you. You obviously like travel, you end up in Australia. So getting around the world and doing your sport would kind of be a goal, wouldn't it?
Yeah, for sure, man. I'd fight anywhere, like, you know. I'd fight anywhere. I'd love to go somewhere else to get some, you know, even if it's for like 3-4 weeks to get some extra skill set in. You know, I've just been over to Scrappy at the start of the camp, Scrappy over in Perth, to train with them boys for 3 weeks. You know, I'm always up for upskilling and I'm ready to learn always. Like, you know, yeah, for sure. I'm open to that idea. Like, you know.
Yeah. How was it training over there? You trained with Jack a lot, I imagine.
Yeah, good. Yeah, they train really hard. Like, you know, they push it really hard, but they seem to have a really good gym culture as well. You know, they're all there to look after each other and get each other better. You know, so often you go to different gyms and being the new guy in the gym, people try and take your head off, but it's not like that. They're all trying to get each other better rather than trying to beat each other in the gym. You know.
Yeah. Did you work with Rod over there too? A bit smaller, but he had that good win the other day, right? Nice comeback. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a beast, Rod. He's a really good jiu-jitsu. Like, yeah, he's tricky. Like, yeah.
Yeah. So, bro, talking about you need to get through Matt Myers. How are you going to do that, bro? What's the plan?
I don't know. I'm just going to see where the fight goes. I think I got a lot of respect for Matt just purely for the kind of fight that he is because he brings it to you. I think that I'm better wherever the fight goes. I think whether there's going to be grappling, obviously keep it standing. Yeah, I've got confidence myself wherever it goes that I can take it to a finish. I don't want to leave it to the judges again. I want to get him out there, whichever way that is, whether it's in the 5th round or it's in the 1st round. I'm ready to take him out there.
Nice, bro. I don't fancy being him, man. You look fucking intense in that first fight you guys had. When you guys were about to start, you pacing backwards and forwards, fucking muttering shit under your breath. You look like a scary character, bro.
I'm a lover, really.
That's it. Hey, man. And looking back at your history, I didn't know that you'd fought Carlos Ulberg. I had to look back at that fight, bro. You look like a different man, obviously, because of the weight and everything, but that must be good to know that you can match it with him and you actually do better than some of the guys he's fighting with these days, right?
Yeah. Those are bit, you know, it was a big step up in competition at the time as well, especially for where I was for the skill set. I'd love to be able to fight him again. Like, you know, if I ever have the opportunity, whether it's in the UFC or wherever it is, I'd happily move up to light heavyweight to fight him again. Just because he's obviously doing really well at the moment, like, you know, and it's a good standard to test yourself against. It was definitely a good thing for my career fighting boys like him and Nathan Reddy as well, you know, at that time. But I'd love to have a shot at them again, like, you know. It was
It was a very competitive fight. I think you mentioned you thought you were going to take it, wasn't it? But you were pretty close. You landed some beautiful, from memory, you landed some beautiful left body kicks, right? I remember you landing some really good body kicks on him, eh?
Yeah. It was a very kick-heavy fight. You know, it wasn't the most exciting fights to watch in the world, you know, but we were both very much fighting the same kind of game, and it was it was good to get in there with them. Yeah, hopefully we'll see each other again.
Yeah. So the idea of the future, bro, is obviously get the belt, maybe defend it a bit, and then look to some of the bigger organizations around the world. Is that correct? Is that kind of your idea?
Yeah, it's what I'm working towards. It's sort of, since I've been fighting, you know, especially the last 3 years, this is what I've been driving towards. I can see myself there now already, you know. Not looking past what I got on my hands in December 2nd. You know, that's the most important thing in the world right now to me. But for sure, yeah, I want to make a living out of this. This is what I want to do. This is all I do in my life, and this is all I care about. This is what I want to do. Like, you know.
Nice, man. And you mentioned like that you cross train a little bit over in Scrappy. Any ideas about going to any of the gyms overseas to, you know, sharpen yourself up, do any stints over there?
Nothing set in stone at the moment. I'll definitely go back over to Scrappy to get some rounds in with Jack and the boys over there. More. Yeah, nothing set in stone in the moment for anything else. So
you could sneak over the water and get your fight with Carlos in the car park at CKB, bro, and then you could go train with us for a while. What do you reckon?
It'd be nice to get some money for it, though, wouldn't it?
That's it. Yeah, I reckon. What do you think of the CKB boys? They're doing pretty well, man. They had their 4 fights the other day. Obviously, only got 2 wins, but they're pretty successful, man. They're killing it.
Oh, phenomenal, man! Yeah, you can't knock them for it. You know, they're doing really well. Like, you know, even his fight with Pereira and stuff. You know, it's fucking hell of a good fight. You know, and he's smashing it. It's a shame he obviously got finished in that last round. But well, you know, if that first round, if it was 5 seconds more on the clock, he would have finished the fight probably after he cracked Pereira with that left hook. But yeah, whatever those boys are doing, they're doing something well. You know, they're killing it all around. Like,
man, just watching them, they got a bit of a formula, man. Do you think it's a matter of time till people start to work out the formula and then, like, you know, get past them? Because they really all fight in almost very, very much the same manner, right? Like they stand on the distance, they start leg kicking, they move to away from the power hand of the opponent, just outside their leg, and there's a few things they do that are becoming real catch. I mean, obvious part of their fighting, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, maybe they might have that second phase before getting counted on what they're doing. I'm not really sure, but yeah, I don't know. Whatever they're doing, they're doing right anyway.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
Hey, you're up on the Gold Coast way, right? Queensland area,
yeah? Yeah, I've been on the sunny coast, yeah.
On the Sunshine Coast, yeah. So apart from doing the training, man, what other things do you get to take part in up there that you enjoy?
Not much really. I just training and just I don't know, just training. I'm not one for going out in the piss and that. It's just just training, going to the beach and stuff. Yeah. It's pretty much my life is just training, eating, sleeping, and going for walks up the mountain.
Yeah, there's only a certain amount of time in a day, right? So you can't fit too much in, I guess. Yeah, bro. All right, man. Hey, just before we go, I'll just get you to give me a quick short, what's it called? Prediction for what's going to happen. So the way I look at it, man, there's a Welshman in New Zealand that walked into a bar. Sounds like the beginning of a joke, bro, because it's pretty much true. Till you walk in a bar, what's going to happen? What's your prediction, bro?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm not leaving it up to the judges. I see like a first round finish for me. I see me finishing in the first round. But yeah, I'm prepared to go for the 5th, wherever it needs to go. Like, I just see my hand getting raised after the fight.
Awesome, bro. All right, man. Thanks for your time.
Nice one.
Thanks for your time, man. Nice to meet you. And yeah, good luck with it all, bro. May the best man win, eh?
Thanks, brother. Thank you.
Thanks, bro. Bye-bye.